All right. All right. So we're back. I think. Okay, so I'm gonna play a 10-minute game today instead of a 3-minute game. This should make things a little bit more traditional uh, from like the older videos. If you haven't watched uh, some of the older videos back in like 2018, I believe, followed this kind of format. So that's what I'm gonna go back to, right? Going back to my roots, I guess. Uh, Bishop G4. Okay, so I'm looking at H3. Yeah, let's see if I can actually try something here. Um, Trying to connect my mouse. Let's see what happens first. Does my mouse? No. Okay, I think. Did you? Unfortunately, my mouse did not connect. So now I think there's probably gonna be like sounds of like me tapping all over. Um, if you hear that, comment in the section because I'm not sure. Sometimes I like post a video and I'm like, I can't hear it on my end, so viewers can't hear it on their end, which I have learned is probably not the case. So yeah, any and all feedback is actually appreciated. It's very appreciated. I actually would like to know if I messed up somewhere. Um, 95 takes. 95 takes 6, but then I had takes, so it's okay. Um, uh, Again, knight takes knight. I'm considering just like then bishop will just this bishop will just take the queen. Um, Knight takes the knight, so that's not a thing that's gonna happen. Mm, yeah. Okay, this might be kind of savage, but this I see this queen and I see this king, and they're on the same diagonal. And because they are on the same diagonal, I'm gonna try something, but it's probably not gonna work. Mm, yeah, it's probably not gonna work. I was planning on taking this and like taking this once and then playing five, but then the knight takes d5, so it doesn't really work. Um, but I will take this anyways. Oh, goes that way. Yeah, because he wants to take this pawn. Okay. I might be in quite a bit of trouble though. Um, mm, I think okay. I'm looking at 94. 94 is the first move. This tries to fork, but then my bishop just takes. Um, there's I think there's rook d3. He plays rook d3, but I'm not sure if rook d3 was actually a good move or not. And apparently my opponent does think it's good, which makes sense. Um, uh, yeah, that's another game lost. Okay, I'll try c4. C4 knight c3 is a very nice system. C4 knight c3 g3 bishop g2. Basically the point of the system is kind of like you don't want to commit anything into the center, like until a little bit later. You kind of want to see what your opponent does. In this case, my opponent chose to be a little bit more solid, so it makes sense. Um, castles, castles. I think e4. So right now my opponent is grasping for space, right? E5 makes sense. Takes, knight takes. Again, trying to make use of this space advantage I have because by putting the knight here, I'm basically saying like this because this knight is a very strong knight in the center, and I'm basically using the fact that all my pawns are really advanced. I want to play bishop g5. Let's wait. Hmm. Bishop g5. Okay, so bishop g5 knight f6. Bishop g5 knight f6 takes takes takes. K. K. Um. There is. Okay, I'm gonna play b4. Um, b4 is the simpler move. Uh, okay, now bishop g5 cannot be wrong. Um, or maybe he can. Takes. That doesn't really work. Takes. No. No. Okay, we'll just go back. He still cannot take this knight. That is very important. In fact, this pawn's really weak now. So I'm kind of wondering what he's gonna do about it. Okay, he goes back. Hmm, rook c1. And I don't think he can take. Oh, actually, no, he can. No, he cannot. He cannot take. Because on bishop here, I can take this pawn here. Okay, but that's exactly what gets played. Um, yeah, this pawn on b7 gets forked. Um, okay, so both of us missed that. Maybe he didn't miss that actually. Maybe it was all planned from the start. Why does it seem that way? It might be cooked. No, I have to play like c5. Oh, c5 because this pawn was being attacked. I think He's gonna play d5. Now I don't know how good of a move d5 is. It's like hmm. Okay, he wants to threaten this pawn now. A4. Mhm. Okay. What I really like about my position is that my opponent's getting absolutely like trapped. Like you can see his bishop can't really move anywhere. This knight's also kind of stuck. This bishop isn't even that active. Like most of his pieces are on the back rank, right? Of course, this rook being like an exception. Like for it's looking good. In the sense that like he is kind of struggling to move. Rook e1, because my rook isn't really doing much on the e file, and then on the d file this is pinned. I'm expecting maybe queen a8. Hmm. Queen a8. Is queen a8 cooking? Queen a8 was cooking, I think. I think. I'm like 90% sure queen a8 was cooking. Okay. Knight takes e5. You take my queen. I take. Knight takes e5. I take your bishop. Knight takes e5. I take your bishop. Take my queen. I take your queen. Then you take mine. Pawn. And then c6, and I'm winning. I take. You take. I take. Take, take. That's fine. Take, take, take. So, rook d5. Queen cannot take on d5 because you lose the rook on e7, right? So rook takes d5, queen takes d5, queen takes d7. Um, rook takes d5. If the rook takes my queen, I take his queen. Um, otherwise it's a free pawn. Rook takes, rook takes, rook takes. Oh, wait. What am I doing? It's knight takes pawn first. So knight takes pawn first. Let's say rook takes rook. Yeah, rook takes rook. I take, you take, I take, you take. Not much gets done. Um, never mind, never mind, never mind. I got the order confused. No, wait. Rook takes e5 should be fine. Rook takes e5, d5 should be fine. In fact, it should be a stronger because rook takes d5, and if you just casually take, I take your rook. Because the queen's overloaded, right? It's like stuck. Um, yeah. Think he is not doing too good. Yeah, he just takes. That means I got a piece. Okay. Okay. Boom. Very simple game. Very simple. I think, yeah, I think that was just kind of like realizing when the moment had occurred. This opening was, I never seen this be played in this way, where like you play c6. I'm not really sure what c6 does. I think he wanted to play d5. Like c6 indicates to me you're gonna play d5. So why did you not play d5, you know? Um, so it's like, yeah. So g3, bishop e7, bishop d2, c6, knight 3, d6, you push, castle, castle, rook e8, e4. And I think a really big moment was right around here. You play, so first I push. Taking is not the move. Yes, black is kind of trapped, but 96 is a lot stronger. Like even okay, computer's being computer. Computer's giving this like a +1. Still, like it's the same valuation, but that's because it's a computer. Okay, so knight a6 is I feel like objectively better because as like a human, you're probably gonna play knight c5 and knight c7, and that like is a lot easier to play. You play around these pawns, you play around the structure, right? But by doing this, you give my knight a center square, so it's like it's not it. And then here was a big moment. B4 throws the advantage away. Okay, amazing. So I did not play the best move. Is this a better move? It is a better move. But what does this do? Like, let's say f6 gets played. What have I accomplished? I guess I had his pawn push out the board once. But yeah, he seems to really like this position. Take takes. I play b4, he goes back, and then I play this. So it's the same thing. Ultimately, he goes back, right? Um, it is very important that black doesn't take here immediately. Queen takes d5 is check. So, and why that matters is because you can just take the pawn. Um, yeah, so here, push, you go back, boom, 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 boom. All right, take. Bishop e6 loses the pawn. Yeah, like right here, this series of captures is just not gonna work. And to be completely honest, I thought it was okay until it's okay. In reality, it's okay. But playing bishop e6 is like, it's going a little bit far. Queen takes b7, and then you take the pawn. And c4, and this is just, yeah. Okay, this is maybe not the best move, but it gets the job done. After this, it just takes, and then this, which, yeah, and this is um, just losing the game. Yeah, and like the simplest way to convert this into a win would be just like to push this pawn up the board. I mean, it's a free pawn, right? It's a free reign. Like this knight can't really move anywhere. So like by the time like I don't know, by the time like the knight gets there, it's like a little bit too late already. Um, yeah. So there's nothing that can go on 7th ring, bishop guards, nothing that can go on 8th ring. This rook is guarding, and nothing that can go on this c file because this rook is here. So it's like the pawn gets escorted. Like there's like a red carpet for the pawn. You know what I'm saying? So it's over. Okay, relatively simple. Um, yeah, I think this has been like the first time I crossed 2100 in like a while now, and in rapid. Um, so